These are the ones who didn't wait for a seat at the table. The visionaries, the builders, the leaders who move fast and turn obstacles into opportunities. Stories of vision and resolve, of risk taken and limits broken. The grit, the courage, and the moments that changed everything. Welcome to the table.
Gary Tucker, welcome to the table.
Thank you for having me, Alicia.
I'm very excited to have you. Okay, so can we talk a little bit about thyssenkrupp?
Sure. We're kind of tucked back in here behind Blue Cross Blue Shield, and a lot of people don't know that there's multiple thyssenkrupp organizations in the community. We manufacture camshafts, and we have state-of-the-art equipment. It's a really cool process, and we make it a lot of fun.
What is a camshaft?
So a camshaft operates in the valve train of an internal combustion engine.
Okay.
And it's what opens and closes the intake and exhaust valves during the combustion cycle.
Okay. Interesting. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot today.
You're going to learn a lot today.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of people are saying that Danville is dying. Is it?
Sure. I think if you look back at the history of Danville, we've had some challenges, and I think we find ourselves in that situation again today. I would say it's not dying. I would say we're just in a state of limbo, and I think we need to really take some time and examine what assets we have, right? We have a lot of things to be proud of. You know, we have an interstate that runs through town that I think is underutilized from a retail or development opportunity. I think we have a lot of natural parks, state park, local parks that are underutilized, and so maybe we need to look from the outside in and see what we do have to offer and leverage that.
Yeah. What do you think is our biggest selling point?
I mean, the people here are wonderful, right? That's everywhere you go and sit in meetings all the time, interact with different people. I find there's wonderful people that really care deeply about the community, and when times get tough, they really come together and try to find ways to overcome some of the barriers that we face.
Yeah, the support system. It's very different. I've heard, so I have some friends in some bigger cities, and they come here and they're just like, your community is so vastly different from what we're used to. Like, you people actually care about each other.
Exactly. And you get that family feel from a lot of people. So we have a lot of good people that care about the future of the community, and we're just in a place of finding our way right now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think it's more of a reset rather than a setback?
That's a good way to look at it. I hadn't thought of it that way, but my motto is, turning a setback into an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you could look at that through both lenses. I think a reset is necessary. I think we have some challenges in the state climate that maybe aren't conducive to attracting large-scale manufacturers. So I think we have to kind of look at that a little different going forward.
Can we talk about a setback that you had?
Oh, yeah.
It's a story.
I've had many. So in 2020, I took over the organization. I started here in 97 on the shop floor and kind of grew up through the organization in various roles. And in 2020, I got promoted to take the organization over. And if you can imagine, that was about a month before COVID.
Yep.
So I got real familiar with setbacks. I remember just a couple months into the job, we completely stopped the operations here, didn't know what essential manufacturing was. This is a pandemic, what's going to happen with this? How do we take care of our team?
Mm-hmm.
And so we navigated a lot of things during that time. And during that, there were also other challenges, chip crisis that was going on, supply chain issues, you name it. It was just a lot of challenges. And we really had a lot of performance issues and had a team that was just not operating like a team. And so we really did an in-depth look at that and kind of refocused our attention and how we wanted to run the business, reshaped the leadership team, and really have transitioned the place into a very successful business. It's performing better than it ever has. And I'm proud to say that for Vermilion County, that we're a very stable company, and we have a lot of opportunity for growth in the future. So looking forward to what it becomes.
That's amazing. You guys also have the certificate for a great place to work, right?
Yeah. So that's our latest prize or or token, if you will, that goes on our trophy shelf. So we, over the past few years, we built this rock wall that is all of our accomplishments that we set out for, big strategic milestones. And through that, we achieved a lot of positive feedback through the employee survey we do annually. And just for an example, we had an ENPS, which is an employee net promoter score in 21-22 of -20. And in 24-25, it was +47. So we've really turned the organization around in terms of culture. But there were some people in Europe that questioned, how real this turnaround was and how the culture really has changed for the better. And so one of our second level leadership team was tasked with trying to obtain this Great Place to Work certificate. And not sure how familiar you are with that, but it requires a lot of stringent, let's say, thresholds to meet to achieve it. And so one example, I think we have to have 65% participation, and each employee gets a unique ID code. So it's very discreet and confidential, but at the same time, it's managed well where you can't duplicate responses. And out of that, we had 81% of our employees say it's a great place to work. And that team accomplished their goal, which was set out to achieve this. And so we got that certification in November when our board was here. It actually came in. It was a pretty exciting time. So
what do you think the most important thing was when you did improve the culture?
Focus on communication and people. Everything we did is about how to make this a better work experience so people can come here, feel like they have a voice, they're respected, appreciated, and they're empowered. They can participate in making decisions for the organization. And that's one unique thing I think that we do here that sets us apart. For sure, I have a lot of responsibility for the plant and the direction of the plant. But when we sit around as a leadership team and discuss issues, every leader has a vote. Everybody makes or participates in the decision-making process. So I have one vote, so does each other manager. And we decided as a team if we want to change a policy or how we want to go forward. And doing that, I think, empowers the leadership team to further empower their people to be involved in the business. And so I think it's really been a great change for our culture.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
How involved are you with AI at this point?
Well, that's we were kicking it around, I think, 3 years ago as a leadership team as it became a hot topic. And since then, we're doing a lot of exploration on some initiatives employing AI. For sure, it's going to be the way of the future. And I think that's a big, maybe part of that reset that even you mentioned earlier, is it's shaping jobs differently. And it's so for us, I would say we're still in the infancy stages, but for example, we just did implement 3 AGVs, which are automatic fork trucks that drive around without unmanned, basically.
Really?
Yeah. And so we're doing a lot of technological advancements, and AI is right at the forefront of that.
Yeah.
And I really see that reshaping a lot of administrative roles in the future.
So I was reading the Harvard Business Review, the magazine, and it talked about how organizations are implementing this app that actually tracks whether employees are engaged. It actually can look for signs that someone is disengaged. Talking about the culture that you were able to improve, but it spots things way ahead of time. Apparently, have you heard about that at all?
I have not. No, I'm interested to learn more. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. So essentially, manufacturing, it's not disappearing; it's just changing. From your perspective, what does that shift look like for Vermilion County, at this point?
Yeah. So as you may or may not know, I serve on the executive committee for the Vermilion Advantage, and we've spent a lot of time recently having workshops really trying to understand that. And for sure, we're working on getting some sites ready and being at the forefront of some of the opportunity with the tariffs and what's going on. There's a lot of, I would say, reshoring of jobs. And we're trying to position ourselves to be ready to act on that should an opportunity present itself. In terms of how manufacturing looks going forward, AI is going to play a big part in that, and robotics and automation. And I think it's changing what the workforce is going to look like for the future. So, still not sure yet, but we're exploring that.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Can we talk about your path to CEO?
Sure. So, I didn't take the traditional path out of high school. I graduated from Bismarck And upon graduation, I moved to Indianapolis and went through ITT Technical Institute for heating and air conditioning, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Came back, started my career at thyssenkrupp in Champaign, doing building maintenance, working on the HVAC systems. And then a year later, I moved back to the area and started working for Macy, which was currently, or was the Bose Corporation down here by the hotels, and was a kind of a maintenance technician out there. And then I came over here in '97 as a production support, so technical support for production. And from there, I just got into leadership and transitioned into running the maintenance department, and had a stint in manufacturing engineering, and then an opportunity to move into logistics, and from logistics to operations director, and from there to CEO. So yeah, not a very traditional path, but the great thing was having the opportunity to start on the shop floor, and the company was going through constant growth. Every other year we were experiencing growth, and a lot about being in the right place at the right time, but also learning new things and growing. I always had a growth mindset and challenge myself to learn more and do more, and especially not having a college education, right? I mean, I always had to prove myself a little more. So
You think so?
oh yeah, at least I told myself that, you know. So
Yeah.
I felt I always had to show up, and I do things maybe different than most. I think one of my greatest attributes is I think outside the box. I can see opportunities maybe that others don't.
Are you very futuristic?
I wouldn't
you
say
see things
that. I
before they
wish I was more. I would be retired and living on a beach somewhere. But no, just kidding. But I see things maybe a little different, and see opportunities that maybe others haven't recognized, and so having a team that, you know, or people around me that act on those ideas, it's fun to watch them come to life. But I think that helped me grow as an individual, and that's part of why I think I had different opportunities to work in different departments with no experience. And but as I was going along, it kind of, the school topic started to come up. You know, as this next promotion's not going to be possible without some education.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What do you think the most important attribute or skill set is for someone who is wanting to follow your career path?
Yeah, talking to a young person, and some of what I see today, at least where I pride myself, is being dependable, having some work ethic, you know, doing what you say you're going to do, showing up.
Yeah.
I could tell you in 28 years, I've maybe called in 4 or 5 days, and nowadays it seems like that happens in 2 weeks with some people, right? So I think showing up, having a willingness to learn, not having a mindset of that's not my job, like really an open mind, take it all in, learn what you can, challenge yourself to you know, grow and be better. And I think it's those little steps that matter in the end, right? They culminate into bigger things.
So what would you tell a young person who is trying to decide if they're going to stay here, maybe go to Champaign, move to another state? Why should they stay here?
So what I would tell a young person is chase your dreams. No matter what, do what you desire to do, live your life for yourself. For those that are somewhere in the middle and don't have a clear path, I think we have a lot of wonderful things. Community college is a great place. I studied at the community college. Number of my leadership team has studied at the community college and then went on to university. It's a great resource in our community, and there's a lot of opportunity here, right? There's a lot of open positions at different companies. A lot of leaders that I sit around the table with are always looking for people to bring a different perspective. And it's nice when people stick around in the community and continue to help carry the torch, right? Because one thing I think we're falling short on is that next generation of leaders that are going to step up and really help Vermilion County be successful.
So how would someone get involved if they were interested in leading in Vermilion County?
In leading, I definitely think there's some avenues through the Vermilion Advantage Leadership Tomorrow program. They're working on a junior program now. So yeah, a lot of resources through Vermilion Advantage that I think could be leveraged. I mean, career fairs, we host all these kids out here from schools. So be active when there's an opportunity to get out and see what's going on in the community. And one gap I found, or we found through some discussions with the high school kids, is they don't even know what companies are exist in Vermilion County. And just you coming out here and saying, I've lived here all my life and I've never seen this. And it's so I think we have to do a better job opening the eyes and minds of kids what is possible in the community, because cost of living here, regardless of the taxes and things that some people complain about, it's still relatively cheap compared to a lot of other areas. So
You're right. No, I helped out with the tour of industries a couple years ago, and I didn't even realize half the things that were here. I was like, this is very cool. I love that they actually have that opportunity for the kids. Can we talk about the Leadership Tomorrow program for the junior age? Do you know, is it for high school or is it college?
Yeah, so believe for high school kids is the focus to try to start growing these leaders. So I believe Annie Mognac's working on that with the Vermilion Advantage right now. So it should be exciting to see what they come up with.
She's phenomenal. I love her so much.
I don't know if you know this, but she used to work here. So she was my HR manager some years ago. Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah, she's amazing. She actually just sponsored Robin Heffern's podcast episode last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So what do you think that the business leaders in this area owe the community when times like this hit?
Yeah, so more than anything is transparency and communication. And often you find that's not happening. So after the announcement about Quaker Oats came out, we were the first company to host a job fair. And we put that together in 4 days, I think. So I think the announcement came out on Wednesday. The following Monday, we had a job fair for people that were being displaced, because we wanted, one, it was an opportunity to try to grab some talent before they left town, but also an opportunity for these people that have worked somewhere for so long that, their life has just turned upside down. So we wanted to show them that there's other opportunities in the county. But I don't know. I mean, it's transparency, communication. That's something we've told our employees even during our difficult times. Hey, this is how we're performing. This is what's going on. And a lot of companies fall short of that. It's a shame.
Yeah, I agree with you. Have you heard about the Career Coalition Fair that Ross Darby's putting together?
Yeah, in February on a Sunday afternoon. Yes, I'm very familiar.
Is thyssenkrupp going to be there?
So for Dynamic Components, we will be there. Kim and the team have signed up, and we're working on getting some volunteers to cover the afternoon and help out. So yes, we'll all be there.
That's so exciting. Do you know of any other companies in the area that should be there?
It seems to be a common theme that everybody has some positions that go unfilled. So I think it would be great for the community to show up and show our other community members that there's opportunity and try to make the best of this setback.
It sounds like from the data that I have, there's about 20 businesses that are going to be showing up right now. Is that a lot for Vermilion County?
I'd say no. I think that I think 40 to 50 would be an ideal number. I've heard some people have some challenges with their staff not working on Sunday that they're trying to overcome.
Yeah.
But again, we can make excuses, or we can find resources and solutions. And I choose to try to find solutions.
Yeah.
We have to be flexible enough to accommodate that schedule.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so this is my last question that I ask absolutely everybody. How do you define success in a way that most people might disagree with?
Success for me comes in two ways that I don't think is totally unconventional, but you start, as you get a little older, like I am, start thinking about legacy. What is everything that you're doing for, and what's the purpose? And for me, my main priority when I took this position was to protect 300 jobs in the community, or plus 300 jobs, and make sure that we're leaving something sustainable that the next generation can pick up and be proud of, and that there's a legacy here for them to carry on. I try every day to work myself out of a job. That's really my goal, and doing a fairly good job. That I've got a great team. They've done amazing things, and so we're kind of in this place today where they're empowered to make their decisions. They use me as a resource, and if they make mistakes, we learn from it and move on.
Yeah, I love that so much. All right, well, that's all I have. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, Alicia. It's great.